Are you? Arthur and I understood each other. If we'd been together, there would never have been anyone else. He never expected me to stop living, you know. He would have understood, see, we loved each other. We both knew that there wasn't any chance we could lead a normal life till he was out. But... no.
Good morning. Are you all right?
Yep.
Are you coming down to the showers?
No. Too many people.
Sandy, I know you prefer to be alone, but it might help to have a few friends around.
I don't think so.
I understand how you feel.
Do you?
Does it surprise you? We've all suffered some sort of loss in our lives, you know.
Doc, I really don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to intrude. I just want to help.
I don't need any help.
You know, keeping things inside you can be very dangerous. Believe me, I've seen it happen.
Look, I appreciate your concern, but I'd really rather be left alone. I don't want to talk about what happened or how I feel, not with anyone.
I'm sorry. Well, if you change your mind.
Yeah, thanks.
It's a teddy bear.
I can see that. What are you doing with it?
It's for Doreen. Doreen Burns?
Presents for the women now?
Of course not. Lizzie Birdsworth asked me to buy it. She wanted something to welcome Doreen back with.
That'd figure. Burns's mentality, she'd want a teddy bear. Hey, Birdsworth didn't have any money when she came back in. Where'd she get it?
I paid for it. She's going to pay me back when a money transfer comes through.
It's going to have to be searched.
Now, that's ridiculous. Do you want me to pull it apart and give it to Doreen in pieces?
Rules are rules. Anything brought in for a prisoner has to be searched.
Look, I bought this teddy and it hasn't been out of my sight since.
Seriously, Meg, when are you going to learn you can't afford to be soft with this lot?
Mrs. Davidson approved it. You can always speak to her.
Oh, no. If you want to go out of your way for them, it's not my problem.
All right, I got work to do.
Bye. Oh, Mrs. Morris, is it time for me to go before the board yet?
Now, calm down. Mr. Fletcher's presenting your report to the board. You may not even have to appear.
Do you mean they don't even want to see me? Oh, well, that's just terrific, isn't it? I don't have to be hit on the head with a brick to know what that means, do I?
It doesn't mean that at all. Now, you've got to try and be a bit more optimistic. Look, they've got all the information they want and they simply don't need to see you.
Yeah.
Look, you try and forget about it for a while. Anyway, we'll be hearing soon.
All right. Listen, what's that thing for?
Oh, Lizzie wanted something for Doreen to welcome her back. She thought it might cheer her up. She asked me to buy it for her.
Isn't that just like Lizzie? You know, she's probably right, too. Probably will cheer up Doreen. No wonder she wanted a loan of some money.
A loan?
Yeah, well, when she came back, she said she didn't have any money. She borrowed from quite a few of us. She said it was for something important. I guess in this case, a teddy bear is important.
She told me she won it on a bet.
Did she now? Oh, well. I think when the women see what their money went for, they won't mind.
Oh, hi, fellas. Remember me? Oh, what good boys, eh? Hey, oh, aren't they fantastic? Nobody even bothered to tell me your names, you know? But don't worry, I'll find out. And if I don't find out, I'll give you new names. That's what I'll do. I'll make them up all by myself. What'd you like to be called?
Look at that, will you? Trying to make friends with the dogs.
What about that letter you promised to send?
Look, I don't know.
But you promised. You gave me your word.
Yeah. All right.
I really appreciate what you've done for me. You got me through last night. Now at least I know my affairs are going to be in order. Don't know how to thank you.
Oh, it's all right. No problems. Look, I'm off duty now. You can stay here with Burns. Mrs. Ward will see you both back. Look, try and buck up. I'll see you when I come back on duty. And don't worry about this. I'll make sure it gets mailed.
You want it in the governor's office.
Is it about my hearing?
I don't know what it's about. Now, come on, I haven't got all day.
Well, Mrs. Morris said that they probably wouldn't want to see me. Do they usually ask to see people if they're going to knock them back?
Would you get a move on? Mrs. Davidson said no.
Maybe they don't want to see me. Maybe it's just Mrs. Davidson that wants to see me. And if it's Mrs. Davidson... What the hell I'm kidding myself for? If my parole had been granted, you would have come in here and told me straight out. Mrs. Davidson probably only wants to see me to let me down gently.
Bryant.
All right, I'm coming. I don't see the point, though.
See you later, Ted.
Okay, Steve.
Sit down, Bryant.
Listen, Mrs. Davidson, does the board want to see me? Because if they do, I'd just like a little while to smarten myself up a bit, you know. I don't want them to get the wrong impression.
I don't think you could cope with the board at the moment.
Oh, I can. It's just I'm a bit nervous, that's all.
Well, you can relax. They don't want to see you.
Oh, I see.
I don't think you do. They didn't feel it was necessary to see you in person. They were quite satisfied with the reports.
Do you mean I'm getting out?
As soon as the paperwork is completed, you may go.
Oh, I don't believe it. I'm getting out of here, huh? Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'm never coming back.
Are you ready?
No.
Oh, come on, hurry up, will you?
Don't rush me. You can accumulate a lot of stuff in here in 2 years' time. I don't think I want to stay here any longer than necessary, do you?
No, I don't want to hang around waiting for you all day. I've got better things to do with my time.
Well, then why didn't you go and do them? Mrs. Morris has taken me out anyway.
No. Unfortunately, I am.
But she said that she
Stop
would.
talking. Get on with the packing. Mrs. Morris is busy, and we're not at the beck and call of you lot, you know.
You would get off my back. I don't have to listen to you anymore anyway. I'm not one of your prisoners now, you know.
Until you've been signed out officially and left Wentworth, I'm giving the orders. Do you want to argue the point? Keep talking. I could have you on an insubordination charge so fast your head would spin.
You would too, wouldn't you? And probably enjoy it.
Push your luck, Bryant. One more word, you might find out how serious I am.
I'm ready.
Thank you. It's about time. Come on.
Wait a minute. Aren't I going to be allowed to say goodbye to my friends?
Oh, for heaven's sakes, you think you were going to miss them. Just get out.
Thanks a lot, Mrs. Powell. I knew you'd understand.
Oh, Doreen, are you ready to go back now?
Oh, Mrs. Morris, I'm feeling real crook. I think you'd better get the doctor to have another look at me. I don't think I'm ready to go back yet.
But you had your last examination yesterday and you were fine.
Yeah, well, I'm not feeling too good now.
You've been checked out. I can promise you well enough to go back.
Well, that's easy for you to say. You don't know how I feel.
What is it, Doreen?
Nothing. I told you I'm not too well.
Now, come along. You can tell me. What's the real reason you don't want to go back?
Look, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just crook, that's all, and I don't feel like seeing a lot of people. Could I go to isolation for a while?